The kitchen knife weighs nothing in my trembling hands, but it might as well be an anchor dragging me down to hell. Blood drips from the cut above my eyebrow, sliding down my face like hot tears, except I stopped crying 10 minutes ago when I realized crying wouldn't save me. You really thought you could run from me, Maya? Marcus's voice slithers across the marble floor between us, and I press my back harder against the kitchen counter, feeling the edge dig into my spine. Flew all the way to Korea, that's cute, real cute. The designer kitchen that felt like a palace when I first started working here 3 months ago now feels like a trap. Floor-to-ceiling windows showing the Seoul skyline at 3 am, all those lights that should mean people, safety, help. But we're on the 30th floor of this penthouse, and no one can hear me scream. Marcus, please. My Jamaican accent thickens when I'm scared, and right now I sound like I never left Kingston. Just leave. I'll delete everything. I won't tell anyone you were here. He laughs, and the sound makes my stomach turn the way it always did, back when I thought his intensity meant passion instead of poison. Delete everything. Baby, I already destroyed your phone. Who you gonna tell? He takes another step closer, and I see the wild look in his eyes, that look that means he's past reasoning, past begging, past anything except violence. The knife shakes so badly in my hands I might drop it. I've never hurt anyone in my life. I don't know if I can start now. You embarrassed me, he hisses, and his American accent sounds harsher than I remember, sharper. Making me look stupid, running away in the middle of the night like I'm some kind of monster. Your friends asking me where you went, looking at me like I did something wrong. You broke my ribs, Marcus, my voice cracks. You put me in the hospital. That was an accident and you know it. You just can't let things go, always bringing up old stuff. He's close enough now that I can smell the whiskey on his breath, see the red in his eyes that means he hasn't slept, probably flew straight here the moment he figured out where I was. We were good together, Maya. We can be good again. You just need to stop being so dramatic. The word dramatic makes something inside me crack. All those times he told me I was overreacting, too sensitive, making a big deal out of nothing. Even now, with my blood on his knuckles, he's rewriting reality. I'm not going back. I raise the knife higher, trying to look braver than I feel. I have a new life here, a job, responsibilities, a little girl who needs me. That Korean's kid, Marcus sneers, and the racism in his tone makes me flinch. Playing house with some foreign family while your own mother's dying back home. Yeah, that tracks, always were selfish. The mention of my mother hits like a physical blow. She doesn't know about Marcus, about why I really left Jamaica so suddenly. She thinks I got a good opportunity, a chance to make real money and send it home for her treatments. And I have been sending money, every penny I can spare, but it's never enough. The cancer treatments cost more than I make in 3 months. Don't talk about my mother. Or what, you gonna stab me, Maya? Sweet little Maya who cries at sad movies and apologizes when other people bump into her. He's almost on top of me now, reaching for the knife. Give me that before you hurt yourself. His fingers close around my wrist, squeezing until the bones grind together. I cry out and the knife clatters to the floor. Marcus smiles, that smile that used to make my heart race, now it just makes my heart stop. There we go, much better. He pulls me against him, his other hand fisting in my braids, yanking my head back. Now we can talk like adults. Let go of me. I'm struggling, but he's so much stronger, always has been. My uniform shirt tears as I twist away, and cool air hits my shoulder where he's ripped the fabric. Stop fighting and this'll be easier. His grip tightens in my hair, and tears I swore I wouldn't cry start streaming down my face again. We're gonna walk out of here, get on a plane and forget this whole thing happened. You're gonna tell your boss some family emergency came up. No, it's barely a whisper, but it's all I have. Yes, he slams me back against the counter and pain explodes through my skull. The kitchen spins, black spots dancing in my vision. I taste copper, realize I've bitten my tongue. Then I hear it. A voice from the doorway, speaking in Korean first, then switching to English so perfect and cold it could cut glass. Remove your hands from her, now. Welcome back to my channel, family. Before we continue with Maya and Dehyun's story, if you're enjoying this content, please hit that subscribe button and smash the like icon. This story is an incredibly emotional journey about finding strength in the darkest moments and discovering love when you least expect it. It's going to teach you that sometimes the people who seem the coldest have the warmest hearts, and that healing doesn't always look the way we think it should. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Subscribe, drop a like, and comment below telling me where you're watching from. Now let's get back to this intense moment. Marcus's grip loosens just slightly, enough for me to suck in a desperate breath. I force my eyes to focus through the pain and blood, looking toward the kitchen entrance where the voice came from. Kang Di-hyun stands in the doorway wearing black silk pajama pants and nothing else, and even through my terror, I notice how different he looks from the pressed suits and cold demeanor I'm used to. His dark hair is messy from sleep, falling across his forehead, but his eyes are the most awake I've ever seen them. They're locked on Marcus with an intensity that makes the air feel electric. "Who the hell are you?" Marcus demands, but I feel his body tense, sensing danger the way animals do. Di-hyun doesn't answer right away. He steps into the kitchen slowly, deliberately, like he has all the time in the world. His bare feet don't make a sound on the floor. When he speaks again, his voice is even quieter than before, and somehow that makes it more terrifying. "I am the man who employs Miss Campbell. I am the father of the child she cares for. And right now, I am the person giving you 5 seconds to step away from her before I make you regret ever being born." Marcus actually laughs, a nervous sound that echoes wrong in the huge kitchen. "Listen, man, this is between me and my girl, domestic situation. Why don't you go back to bed and pretend you didn't see anything?" 4 seconds, eh? "Are you serious right now?" Marcus's grip on me tightens again, possessive and angry. I said back off. 3 seconds, eh? I can feel Marcus's uncertainty now, the way his breathing has changed. Di-hyun is shorter than Marcus by maybe an inch, not as bulky, but there's something about the way he's standing, perfectly balanced, perfectly still, that screams danger. "Di-hyun," I try to say, but it comes out garbled through my split lip. "He has a knife, he picked it up." I feel the blade press against my side, and Marcus pulls me tighter against him like a shield. "Yeah, I got a knife. So maybe you should listen to the lady and back the hell up before someone gets hurt worse than they already are." Di-hyun's eyes flick to where the knife presses into my ribs, then back to Marcus's face. Something changes in his expression, a coldness that goes beyond anything I've seen in 3 months of working for him, and that's saying something because the man runs a tech empire with the warmth of a glacier. 2 seconds, I'm warning you, man. The knife digs in harder and I whimper despite myself. "I'll cut her, I swear to God I'll do it." 1. Everything happens so fast I almost can't process it. Di-hyun moves like water, like he was never standing in the doorway at all. His hand catches Marcus's wrist, twisting it at an angle that makes Marcus scream and drop the knife. In the same motion, Di-hyun pulls me away, pushing me behind him so smoothly I stumble and catch myself on the kitchen island. Marcus swings wildly with his free hand, and Di-hyun doesn't block it, doesn't dodge. He takes the punch to his jaw, head snapping to the side, then looks back at Marcus with an expression that stops my heart. He's smiling. "Thank you," Di-hyun says softly in that British accented English he uses when he's speaking to international clients. "I was hoping you would do that." Then he strikes. One punch, precise and devastating, right to Marcus's solar plexus. Marcus folds like paper, all the air leaving his lungs in a whoosh. Before he can fall, Di-hyun catches him by the throat, slamming him back against the refrigerator hard enough to dent the stainless steel. "You came into my home," Di-hyun says conversationally, like he's discussing the weather, not choking a man unconscious. "You put your hands on someone under my protection. You threatened violence in the same house where my daughter sleeps." Marcus claws at Di-hyun's grip, his face turning purple. I should stop this, should say something, but I'm frozen, watching my former captor become the captured. "Di-hyun," I finally find my voice. "Don't kill him, please." He glances at me over his shoulder, and for just a second his expression softens. "I won't kill him, Maya, death would be too easy." He looks back at Marcus, who's starting to go limp. "And I am not an easy man." He releases Marcus, letting him slide down the refrigerator to the floor, gasping and coughing. Then Di-hyun pulls out his phone from his pocket, never taking his eyes off Marcus, and makes a call. He speaks in rapid Korean, too fast for me to catch with my limited vocabulary, but I hear numbers, addresses, and a tone that suggests whoever is on the other end is being given orders, not requests. "What are you doing?" Marcus rasps from the floor, holding his throat. Di-hyun ends the call and crouches down to Marcus's level, still maintaining that eerie calm. "I am doing what I do best, solving problems." He tilts his head, studying Marcus like he's a bug under a microscope. "You made a mistake coming here, a very expensive mistake." "It's not illegal to visit my girlfriend," Marcus spits out. "Your girlfriend?" Di-hyun's laugh is soft and humorless. "Miss Campbell is not your girlfriend. The restraining order she filed in Jamaica before she left makes that very clear. The one you violated by coming here, the assault charges she could press right now for what you just did. the breaking and entering, the attempted kidnapping. He holds up his phone. I have security cameras in every room except the bedrooms and bathrooms. I have everything recorded, every word, every action. Marcus's face drains of color. You can't do anything to me. I'm an American citizen. I got rights. You have rights in America, Dehyun agrees pleasantly. But you are in South Korea now, in my country, in my home, and I have lawyers who can make your rights disappear faster than you can say habeas corpus. He stands up, brushing off his pants like he's touched something dirty. But I am not going to do this through the legal system. That takes too long, and I do not want you anywhere near Maya for longer than necessary. What the hell does that mean? Dehyun smiles again, and it's the coldest thing I've ever seen. It means by the time the sun rises, you will be on a plane back to the United States. You will have a restraining order that spans multiple countries, including this one. Your bank accounts will be frozen pending an investigation into irregularities I am about to create, and your passport will be flagged in every database that matters. He pauses. And if you ever come near her again, I will use every resource at my disposal to make sure you spend the rest of your life regretting it. Do you understand? Marcus stares at him like he's seeing a monster. Who the hell are you? I told you I am the man who employs Miss Campbell. Dehyun glances at me, and something in his eyes makes my breath catch, and I protect what is mine. The kitchen door bursts open, and 3 men in black suits enter, moving with military precision. Dehyun speaks to them in Korean, gesturing to Marcus, and they haul him up roughly. Marcus tries to struggle, but one of the men says something sharp in Korean, and he goes still. Wait, Marcus calls out as they drag him toward the door, looking at me desperately. Maya, tell them this is crazy. Tell them we just need to talk. I open my mouth, not sure what I'm going to say, but Dehyun speaks first. She is not talking to you. She will never talk to you again. He nods to the men. Get him out of my sight. They take Marcus away, his protests fading down the hallway. The kitchen falls silent except for the hum of the refrigerator and my own ragged breathing. I'm shaking so badly my teeth are chattering, and I realize I'm going into shock. Dehyun turns to me, and the coldness evaporates from his face like it was never there. Maya, he says softly, moving toward me slowly, hands up like he's approaching a wounded animal. Are you okay? I want to answer, want to say something strong and brave, but instead I just start crying. Not the quiet tears from before, but huge, gasping sobs that shake my whole body. My legs give out, and I'm falling, but Dehyun catches me before I hit the floor, his arms wrapping around me carefully, mindful of my injuries. I have you, he murmurs, one hand cradling the back of my head. You are safe now, I promise you are safe. I bury my face in his bare shoulder and cry harder than I've cried in years, all the fear and pain and exhaustion pouring out of me. He doesn't tell me to stop, doesn't tell me it's okay, doesn't say anything except that he has me, and somehow that's exactly what I need to hear. When I finally calm down enough to breathe properly, I pull back slightly, looking up at his face. There's a bruise forming on his jaw where Marcus hit him, and guilt crashes through me. You're hurt, I whisper, reaching up to touch it gently. He catches my hand, holding it against his chest. I am fine, you are not. His dark eyes scan my face, taking in every cut, every bruise, and his jaw tightens. I need to call my doctor. He will be discreet. I don't need a doctor, I'm okay. Maya, he says my name like a reprimand and a prayer at the same time. You are bleeding. Your lip is split, you have a gash above your eye, and you are favoring your left side, which suggests bruised or broken ribs. You need medical attention. I can't afford it. The words come out automatically, born from years of poverty and fear. Dehyun's expression does something complicated. You think I would make you pay? You were injured in my home while working for me. Obviously, I will cover all medical expenses. That's not fair to you. Fair, he actually looks angry now. What is not fair is that a man broke into my home and attacked you. What is not fair is that you have been sending every spare penny to Jamaica for your mother's treatments while living on rice and instant noodles because you think I do not notice these things. He cups my face gently, tilting it up so I have to meet his eyes. I notice everything about you, Maya. Everything. The intensity in his gaze makes my stomach flip. This is the man who barely spoke to me beyond instructions for the first 2 months I worked here. The man whose daughter told me he doesn't smile, doesn't laugh, doesn't care about anything except work. That man is holding me like I'm made of glass and looking at me like I'm something precious. I'm going to call Dr. Han now, he says quietly. And then you are going to let him examine you and you are not going to argue, understood? I nod, too overwhelmed to do anything else. He makes the call, still holding me with one arm, speaking Korean in that commanding tone that makes it clear he expects to be obeyed immediately. When he hangs up, he looks at me seriously. He will be here in 20 minutes. Can you walk or should I carry you? I can walk. I try to prove it by pushing away from him, but the room tilts dangerously. That is what I thought. Before I can protest, he scoops me up in his arms, one arm under my knees, the other supporting my back. I instinctively wrap my arms around his neck, and he heads toward the hallway. Where are we going? I ask, feeling weird and floaty like none of this is real. Guest room on this floor. You are not climbing stairs tonight. He navigates the penthouse easily in the dark, clearly knowing every inch of his home. Dr. Han will treat you there and then you will rest. But Sua's lunch, I didn't finish it. She needs it for school tomorrow. I will handle Sua's lunch. You don't know what she likes. Then I will learn. He pushes open a door with his shoulder, carrying me into a bedroom that's probably bigger than my entire apartment back in Jamaica. He sets me down gently on the bed, then kneels in front of me, his hands resting on my knees. Maya, right now I need you to stop worrying about everyone else and focus on yourself. Can you do that for me? The way he says it, so earnest and concerned, makes my eyes sting with fresh tears. I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? For bringing this to your home, for putting you and Sua in danger, for making you deal with my mess. The words tumble out faster. You should fire me. I understand if you want me to leave after tonight. His hands tighten on my knees, not painfully but firmly. Fire you? Maya, look at me. I meet his eyes. You did nothing wrong. That man chose to come here. He chose to break in. He chose violence. None of that is your fault. He pauses, and you are not going anywhere. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. But what if he comes back? What if he tries to hurt Sua to get to me? He will not come back. The certainty in Di-Hyen's voice is absolute. I meant what I said. By morning, he will be on a plane back to America with legal consequences waiting for him there. And if he is stupid enough to try again, he will find that I have resources he cannot imagine. What kind of resources? He smiles slightly. The kind that come with being the CEO of one of the largest tech companies in Asia. I have security teams, legal teams, and connections in more countries than I can count. Marcus, whatever his last name is, just became the most watched man in 3 continents. He stands up, looking down at me with intense expression. No one hurts what belongs to me and walks away unscathed. There's something possessive in the way he says it that should probably scare me, but instead it makes me feel safer than I have in years. Maybe that's messed up. Maybe I should be worried that I'm already emotionally dependent on my employer. But right now, sitting on this bed with my body screaming in pain and my mind still reeling from seeing Marcus, I just feel grateful. Thank you, I whisper, for everything, for saving me. Di-Hyen's expression softens. You do not need to thank me. Taking care of you is not a burden, Maya, it is my privilege. Before I can figure out what to say to that, there's a knock on the door. Di-Hyen calls out something in Korean, and an older man enters carrying a medical bag, his silver hair neat despite the early hour. He takes one look at me and immediately switches into professional mode, speaking to Di-Hyen in Korean too rapid for me to follow. Di-Hyen nods, then looks at me. Dr. Han is going to examine you now. I will wait outside. No, the word comes out before I can think about it. Please stay. Something flashes in his eyes, surprise maybe, or something warmer. If that is what you want. It is. He settles into a chair by the window while Dr. Han approaches me with a gentle smile, speaking in accented but clear English. Miss Campbell, I am going to check your injuries now. Please tell me if anything I do causes too much pain. The examination is thorough and professional. Dr. Han cleans the cut above my eye with stinging antiseptic, applies butterfly bandages to my split lip, checks my ribs with careful fingers that still make me wince. Through it all, I keep my eyes on Di-Hyen, who watches every move Dr. Han makes with hawk-like attention. No broken bones, Dr. Han finally announces. Bruised ribs, minor lacerations, and you will have bruising that will look worse before it looks better, but nothing permanent. You are very lucky. Lucky? I don't feel lucky. I feel like my entire life just got turned upside down again. Dr. Han gives me pain medication, antibiotic cream, and instructions in both English and Korean, which he makes Di-Hyen repeat back to ensure he understands. Then he packs up his bag and speaks to Di-Hyen in Korean again, his tone serious. Di-Hyen responds curtly, and Dr. Han nods, patting my shoulder kindly before he leaves. What did he say? I ask when we are alone again. That you need rest, that someone should check on you every few hours tonight in case of concussion, and that I should make sure you eat something because you are underweight. He moves to sit on the edge of the bed, keeping a respectful distance. I will stay with you tonight. You don't have to do that, I'm fine by myself. Maya, he says my name with a mixture of exasperation and fondness. It is 4 a.m, you were just attacked and you have a possible concussion. You are not sleeping alone. Either I stay here or you come sleep in the guest room next to my bedroom so I can hear if you need anything. He raises an eyebrow. Your choice. I know I should argue, should insist on my independence, but honestly, I don't want to be alone right now. The thought of lying in the dark with my thoughts and fears makes my chest tight. You can stay, I say quietly, but the bed is big enough for both of us if you want. I promise I don't snore much. His lips quirk in what might be the first smile I've ever seen from him. I will take the chair, I have slept in worse places. He stands up, pulling a throw blanket from the end of the bed. Try to rest now, I will be right here. I lie back against the pillows, and he helps me adjust them so I'm comfortable, then covers me with the comforter. His hands are surprisingly gentle for someone who just disabled a man twice his size. Di-Hyun, I say as he settles into the chair. Yes. Why are you being so nice to me? He's quiet for a long moment, and I think maybe he's not going to answer. Then, in a voice so soft I almost miss it, he says, because for 3 months I have watched you bring life back into my home. I have watched my daughter smile for the first time in a year because of you. I have watched you sacrifice everything for people you love, asking nothing for yourself. He pauses. And tonight, I watched someone try to destroy you, and I realize that the thought of losing you makes me very, very angry. So I am being nice to you, Maya Campbell, because you deserve kindness. And because I am not ready to examine too closely why the thought of you leaving makes my chest hurt. My heart hammers against my bruised ribs. I don't know what to say to that confession, don't know how to process the implications. So instead I just whisper, good night, Di-Hyun. Good night, Maya, sleep well. I close my eyes, but sleep doesn't come easily. Every time I start to drift off, I jerk awake, convinced I hear Marcus's voice, feel his hands on me. The 3rd time it happens, I gasp loudly enough that Di-Hyun is out of his chair instantly, kneeling beside the bed. Nightmare, he asks gently. I nod, not trusting my voice. Do you want me to call Dr. Han back? No, I keep seeing and feeling him. I wrap my arms around myself. I thought I was safe here, I thought distance would be enough. Hey, Di-Hyun carefully takes my hand. You are safe, he is gone and he is not coming back, I promise you that. How can you be sure? Because I am very good at keeping promises, and I am even better at destroying people who threaten what matters to me. He squeezes my hand gently. Marcus made a fatal error tonight. He showed me exactly who he is, what he is capable of, and now I know exactly how to make sure he can never hurt you again. What are you going to do? What I do best, leverage every advantage I have. His thumb strokes over my knuckles. By tomorrow afternoon, Marcus will have bigger problems than you, legal problems, financial problems, problems that will make sure he is too busy defending himself to think about revenge. I should probably be concerned about the cold calculation in his voice, but instead I feel oddly comforted. Marcus spent years making me feel small, powerless, like I deserved everything he did to me. Having someone like Di-Hyun in my corner, someone with actual power and the willingness to use it, feels like being handed a weapon after years of fighting barehanded. Thank you, I say again, knowing it's inadequate but meaning it with everything in me. Stop thanking me. He brings my hand up and in a gesture that steals my breath, presses it against his cheek. Just sleep, Maya, I will be here when you wake up. This time when I close my eyes, I believe him. And this time I finally drift off, his hand still holding mine, his presence a wall between me and everything that wants to hurt me. I wake up to sunlight streaming through unfamiliar windows and the smell of coffee. For a confused moment I don't remember where I am, then everything crashes back. Marcus, the attack, Di-Hyun. I sit up too quickly and immediately regret it as pain shoots through my ribs. A soft sound escapes me, and suddenly Di-Hyun is there, still in those black pajama pants but now with a white t-shirt on, carrying a mug of coffee. Slowly, he chides, setting the mug down and helping me adjust to a sitting position. Dr. Han said the pain would be worse today. He wasn't wrong. I touch my face gingerly, feeling the swelling around my eye. God, I must look terrible. You look alive. He hands me the coffee, made exactly how I like it even though I have never told him. Another thing he noticed, and that is all that matters. I take a sip, letting the warmth spread through me. What time is it? 9:30. Suar is at school. I called her teacher and explained there was an incident last night that you would not be able to pick her up today. My assistant will handle it. Panic spikes through me. Does Suar know what happened? Is she scared? She knows there was a problem, but not the details. I told her you were not feeling well and needed to rest. He sits on the edge of the bed again, his knee almost touching mine. I did not want to frighten her, but Maya, she will see your injuries when she gets home. We need to decide what to tell her. The thought of sweet, sensitive Suar seeing me like this makes my stomach turn. That little girl has been through enough with her mother abandoning her. She doesn't need more trauma. Maybe I should stay out of sight for a few days, until the bruising goes down. Absolutely not. Dehyun's response is immediate and firm. Suar adores you. If you suddenly disappear, she will think you left her like her mother did. We will tell her the truth in an age-appropriate way. That someone who should not have been here got into the house, that you were hurt, but that you are okay now and not going anywhere. You've really thought about this. I have thought about little else since you fell asleep. He runs a hand through his hair, making it stick up in a way that's oddly endearing. Maya, I need to discuss something with you, about Marcus. My chest tightens. Did something happen? Is he coming back? No, he is currently at Incheon Airport being escorted onto a plane by immigration officials who were very interested to learn about the expired visa he entered Korea on. Dehyun's smile is sharp. His visa was not actually expired when he arrived, but it became expired very quickly once I made some calls. How did you do that? Money, connections, and a willingness to use both. He turns more fully toward me. But that is only the beginning. I had my lawyers working through the night. Marcus is currently facing assault charges in Korea, which will be forwarded to American authorities. The restraining order you filed in Jamaica has been expanded and reinforced. His accounts have been frozen pending investigation into tax irregularities that my team discovered. Did he actually have tax problems? He does now. Dehyun says it so matter-of-factly that I almost laugh. I also had someone look into his background. Did you know he has 2 other restraining orders against him from 2 other women? My blood runs cold. What? You were not his first victim, Maya. You were just his most recent. His jaw tightens. One of the women is willing to testify if it means putting him away. My lawyers are coordinating with us now. I set the coffee mug down with shaking hands. There were others. He told me I was special, that I made him crazy, that no one else understood him like I did. He is a predator who knows exactly what to say to manipulate vulnerable women. Dehyun reaches out, tucking a braid behind my ear in a gesture that feels impossibly intimate. But he cannot manipulate his way out of this. By the time my legal team is done, Marcus will be lucky if he can get a job at a fast food restaurant, much less come after you again. Why are you doing all this for me? The question bursts out before I can stop it. I'm just your nanny. You barely even spoke to me until last night. Just my nanny. He repeats it like the words offend him. Maya, you are the reason my daughter laughs again. You are the reason my house feels like a home instead of a mausoleum. You are the reason I started coming home at reasonable hours instead of sleeping at my office, because I wanted to hear Suar tell me about her day, and I knew you would have encouraged her to share. His hand cups my cheek, careful to avoid the bruises. You are not just anything. And I did not speak to you, because every time I tried, I found myself wanting to say things that were inappropriate for an employer to say to an employee. My breath catches. What kind of things? That you are beautiful. Your smile makes my chest ache. That watching you with my daughter made me want things I thought I had given up on. His thumb brushes over my cheekbone. I have been half in love with you since you told Suar that princesses do not need to be rescued because they are smart enough to save themselves. I can't breathe, can't think. The most stoic, emotionally distant man I've ever met just confessed feelings for me while I'm sitting here bruised and battered in his guest room. Dehyun, I whisper, I don't know what to say. You do not have to say anything. He drops his hand and I immediately miss the warmth. I am not telling you this to pressure you or make you uncomfortable. You just survived a trauma. The last thing you need is your employer complicating your life further. He stands up. But I want you to know that you are important to me, that protecting you is not just about doing the right thing. It is personal. Before I can figure out how to respond, my phone buzzes. Except my phone was destroyed by Marcus. I look around confused until Dehyun pulls a new phone from his pocket, already set up. I had my assistant get you a replacement this morning. Your old number is transferred, contacts restored from your cloud backup, everything should be as it was. He hands it to me. The call is from Jamaica. My mother, I swipe to answer, my heart in my throat. Mama. Maya, my love, how are you? Her voice sounds stronger than it has in months, and relief washes over me. I'm good, Mama, how are you feeling? Feeling wonderful, baby. The doctors say the treatment is working even better than they hoped. They think with a few more rounds I might even go into remission. She laughs, that full-bodied laugh I remember from childhood. God is good, Maya, God is so good. Tears spring to my eyes, the good kind this time. That's amazing, Mama, I'm so happy for you. How's career treating you? You eating enough, working too hard? I glance at Di-hyun, who's watching me with soft eyes. Career is good, work is good, I'm taking care of myself, I promise. We talk for a few more minutes, me carefully steering the conversation away from anything that might worry her, before we hang up with promises to talk again soon. When I lower the phone, I'm crying again but smiling through it. She's getting better, I tell Di-hyun. The treatment is working. I know, at my confused look he adds. I called the hospital this morning to check on her status and make sure all her bills were current. You what? I paid off her remaining balance and set up an account to cover all future treatments and associated costs. Hospital stays, medication, follow-up care, everything. He says it like it's nothing, like he just bought me coffee instead of potentially saving my mother's life. Di-hyun, I can't let you do that. That's too much, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is already done. He crosses his arms, and I recognize the stubborn set to his jaw from arguments I've seen him have on the phone with business partners. And before you protest further, consider it a signing bonus. A signing bonus for what? For the new position I am offering you. He sits back down, this time close enough that our knees touch. Maya, I do not want you to be just Suar's nanny anymore. I want you to be part of our family, a real, permanent part. I don't understand. I am asking you to stay, not just as an employee but as someone who belongs here, someone I want to take care of, protect, provide for. He takes my hand again. I am not asking you to be my girlfriend or jump into a relationship you are not ready for. I am asking you to let me give you the security and stability you deserve while you heal from what Marcus did to you. No pressure, no expectations beyond what you are comfortable with. Just safety and time to figure out what you want. It's too much, too generous, too good to be true. Men like Di-hyun don't just offer women like me fairy tale endings out of nowhere. Why, I ask desperately. Why me? You could have anyone. Models, socialites, people from your world who understand your life. Because I do not want anyone from my world. He brings my hand to his lips, kissing my knuckles softly. I want the woman who sings Jamaican folk songs while she cooks. I want the woman who taught my daughter that her brown skin is beautiful. I want the woman who works 2 jobs and still finds time to leave encouraging notes in Suar's lunchbox. His eyes meet mine, dark and intense. I want you, Maya, broken pieces and all, if you will have me. The smart thing would be to say no. To recognize that I'm vulnerable right now, emotionally compromised, possibly transferring my need for security onto the first powerful man who showed me kindness. The smart thing would be to keep professional boundaries, heal properly, make sure my feelings are real and not just trauma response. But when I look at Di-hyun, at the sincerity in his eyes, and the gentle way he holds my hand like I'm something precious, I don't want to be smart. I want to be brave. I want to take this chance even if it scares me. I want to stay, I whisper. I want to be part of your family, but Di-hyun, I'm so scared. Scared of what? That this is too good to be true. That I'm going to wake up and find out I imagined all of this. That you'll realize I'm not worth all this trouble. My voice breaks. That I'm too broken for anyone to love. Then we will be broken together. He moves closer, his forehead almost touching mine. Maya, I have not truly lived in over a year. I have been going through the motions, building my empire, providing for my daughter, but feeling nothing. Then you walked into my home with your bright smile and your determination to make everyone around you happy, and suddenly I remembered what it felt like to want something beyond the next business deal. His hand slides into my hair, careful of my injuries. You are not broken, you are healing. And I want to be there for every step of that journey if you will let me. This is crazy, I say, but I'm leaning into his touch. Completely insane, he agrees. Your family will think I'm a gold digger. I do not care what they think. Suar might not understand. Suar will be thrilled. She already asked me this morning when you are going to become her real mommy. That makes me laugh through my tears. She did not. She did, apparently she has been planning our wedding for weeks. It involves 17 flower girls and a castle made of cake. His smile is soft. My daughter is not subtle. Wonder where she gets that from, I tease, feeling lighter than I have in years. Certainly not me, I am the picture of subtlety and restraint. He's still so close I can feel his breath on my lips. Maya, I am going to kiss you now if that is okay. Tell me if it is not. Instead of answering, I close the distance between us, pressing my lips carefully to his. The kiss is gentle, mindful of my split lip, but it still sends electricity through my entire body. His hand tightens in my hair and I grip his shirt, pulling him closer despite the protest from my ribs. When we break apart, we're both breathing hard. Di-hyun rests his forehead against mine, and I can feel him smiling. That was okay then, he murmurs. That was more than okay. Good, because I plan to do it again, many times, starting now. He kisses me again, then my cheek, then carefully along my jaw. Is this too much? Tell me if I need to stop. Don't stop, I breathe. Please don't stop. So he doesn't. He kisses me like I'm air and he's been drowning, like I'm the answer to questions he didn't know he was asking. And for the first time since Marcus showed up in that kitchen, I feel something other than fear. I feel hope. The next few days pass in a strange, beautiful blur. Di-hyun works from home, setting up his laptop at the dining room table so he can be close if I need anything. Suah handles the news about my injuries with surprising maturity, climbing into my lap carefully and announcing that she will protect me from all bad people from now on. I will learn Taekwondo, she declares seriously, and then if anyone tries to hurt you, I will kick them in the face. That is not an appropriate solution to conflict, Di-hyun says mildly from his laptop, but I can see him fighting a smile. You punch the bad man, Suah points out with irrefutable 6-year-old logic. That was different. How? Because I am an adult who made a questionable decision in the heat of the moment that you should not emulate. Suah looks at me. What does emulate mean? It means copy, I explain. Your dad is saying you shouldn't copy him. But Daddy is very smart. You always say I should listen to smart people. Di-hyun looks at me with an expression that clearly says this is somehow my fault. I just smile innocently. The bruises fade slowly, turning from angry purple to yellow-green. Di-hyun brings me updates on Marcus almost daily. He's been arrested in the United States on the outstanding warrant from the Korean charges. The other victims have come forward. A prosecutor in New York is building a case that could mean serious prison time. He will not bother you again, Di-hyun tells me one evening when Suah is in bed and we're sitting on the couch together, my feet in his lap as he absently massages them. Even if he gets out eventually, he will know that you are protected, that coming after you means facing me again. My hero, I tease, but there's real affection in it. I am not a hero, Maya. I am a selfish man who is protecting what he wants to keep. His hands slide up to my ankle, and I very much want to keep you. Good thing I'm not planning on going anywhere then. He smiles, that rare full smile that makes him look years younger. Good thing indeed. The physical relationship between us develops slowly, carefully. Di-hyun seems determined not to rush me, to let me set the pace. He kisses me goodnight but doesn't push for more. He holds my hand but doesn't assume intimacy. He's patient in a way that makes me want to throw patience out the window. 2 weeks after the attack, I'm finally healed enough that the visible bruises are mostly gone. Di-hyun and I are in the kitchen late at night, a pattern we've fallen into. He's teaching me to make kimchi jjigae, his hands guiding mine as I stir the pot. Not too fast, he murmurs in my ear, his chest pressed against my back. You have to let the flavors develop. I think you just like having an excuse to stand this close to me, I say, tilting my head back against his shoulder. I will neither confirm nor deny that accusation. His lips brush my temple, but you do smell very good. I smell like hot pepper paste. My favorite scent. I laugh and turn in his arms, winding mine around his neck. Di-hyun. I'm ready. He goes still, ready for what? For more, I meet his eyes directly. I'm ready to stop taking things slow. I'm ready for you to stop treating me like I'm going to break. Maya, I do not want to rush you. I know you have been through trauma. I can wait as long as you need. I know you can, but I don't want you to. I kiss him softly. I'm not saying I'm completely healed. I'm not saying I won't have bad days or moments where I'm scared, but I am saying that I want this. I want you. And I'm tired of letting what Marcus did to me control my life. Di-hyun's eyes darken. Are you sure? I've never been more sure of anything. He kisses me then, different from all the other kisses we've shared. This one is hungry, possessive, a claim and a promise. His hands slide into my hair, angling my head so he can deepen the kiss, and I melt into him, all the tension I've been carrying finally releasing. When we break apart, we're both breathing hard. Di-hyun rests his forehead against mine, his hands framing my face. I want to do this right, he says. I want to court you properly, take you on dates, introduce you to my friends and family as my girlfriend, not just Suar's nanny. Okay. I want to wake up next to you every morning and fall asleep with you every night. Okay. I want to marry you someday if you will have me. I want to give you everything you have ever deserved and never received. My heart feels like it might burst out of my chest. Di-hyun, are you proposing? Not yet, he kisses me again, soft and sweet. But I am letting you know my intentions. I am not interested in casual Maya, I am interested in forever. Forever is a long time. Not long enough, he counters. I laugh, giddy with happiness and possibility. Then yes to dates and courtship and meeting your friends. Yes to waking up next to you. Yes to forever whenever you're ready to officially ask. Maybe I will ask tomorrow. Maybe I will say yes. Maybe we should stop talking and finish making dinner before it burns. I glance at the stove where the soup is indeed starting to bubble over. Shit. We scramble to save the meal, laughing like teenagers, stealing kisses between stirring and seasoning. Later, after we eat and clean up, after we check on Suar sleeping peacefully, we end up in Di-hyun's room for the first time. He's gentle and patient and passionate all at once, treating my body like something sacred. When I cry, he kisses away my tears and asks if I want to stop. And when I tell him no, these are happy tears, he smiles and makes love to me like it's the first time for both of us. Afterward, lying tangled together in his massive bed, I trace patterns on his chest and think about how far I've come. 6 months ago, I was broken and bleeding on a kitchen floor. Now I'm whole and safe and loved beyond measure. What are you thinking? Di-hyun asks sleepily, his fingers playing with my braids. That I'm happy, that I never thought I could be this happy. Get used to it, he kisses the top of my head. Because I plan to make you this happy every day for the rest of our lives. That's a big promise. I am very good at keeping promises. 6 months later, I'm standing in a garden overlooking Seoul, wearing a white dress and holding a bouquet of orchids. Suar stands next to me in a smaller white dress, officially my maid of honor, because Di-hyun's daughter is nothing if not confident. Are you nervous? She asks me seriously. A little, I admit. Don't be, Daddy loves you so much, he told me so, he said you make his heart feel full again. She takes my hand. You make my heart feel full too, I'm glad you're going to be my real mommy now. My eyes sting with happy tears, I'm glad too, sweetheart. Music starts playing and Suar grabs my hand tighter. That's our song, that's our cue, come on, we cannot be late. She pulls me down the aisle, moving faster than we rehearsed, and I hear laughter from our small group of guests. Di-hyun stands at the end looking devastating in a black tux, his eyes locked on me like I'm the only person in the world. When we reach him, Suar very seriously places my hand in his. Take care of her, Daddy, she says loudly, or I will kick you in the face. I will take very good care of her, Di-hyun promises solemnly, then he looks at me and his expression softens. You look beautiful. You look pretty good yourself. The ceremony is short and sweet. We wrote our own vows, and when it's my turn, I look into Di-hyun's eyes and speak from my heart. 6 months ago, I thought my life was over. I thought I would never feel safe again, never trust again, never love again. Then you appeared in a kitchen doorway and changed everything. You showed me that strength comes in many forms, that protection is not the same as control, that love is not supposed to hurt. My voice breaks. You saved me, Di-hyun, not just from Marcus, but from the belief that I wasn't worth saving. And now I promise to spend the rest of my life showing you that you're worth saving too, that you deserve softness and laughter and joy, that being strong doesn't mean being alone. I squeeze his hands. I love you, I choose you, today and every day after. Di-hyun is suspiciously shiny-eyed when it's his turn. He clears his throat, and when he speaks, his voice is rough with emotion. Maya Campbell, you came into my life and turned it upside down in the best possible way. You taught my daughter to laugh again. You taught me to feel again. You showed me that a home is not made of walls and expensive furniture, but of love and patience and someone who sings off-key while making breakfast. That gets a laugh. I promise to protect you always, but never to control you, to support your dreams, whatever they may be, to be your partner, not your savior. To love you through the good days and the hard days and all the days in between. He lifts my hand to his lips. I love you more than I thought I could love anyone, and I promise to spend every day proving that to you. You may now kiss your bride, the officiant says. Di-hyun doesn't wait for me to meet him halfway. He pulls me against him and kisses me like we're alone, like we have all the time in the world, like I'm the answer to every question he's ever asked. I kiss him back with everything in me, this man who saw me at my lowest and chose to lift me up instead of walk away. Soo-ah makes gagging noises, and we break apart laughing. Come here, troublemaker, Di-hyun says, scooping her up so she's between us. You are part of this family too. She wraps her arms around both our necks. Best day ever, she announces. Best day ever, I agree, meeting Di-hyun's eyes over her head. He mouths, I love you, and my heart feels so full it might burst. The reception is small and intimate, just close friends and family. My mother flew in from Jamaica, healthy and glowing, and she spends the evening crying happy tears and telling anyone who will listen about her daughter who found her prince in Korea. Di-hyun's mother, who I was terrified to meet, turns out to be warm and welcoming. She pulls me aside during dinner. I was not sure about you at first, she admits in careful English. A nanny from Jamaica, for my son who could have anyone, but then I saw how he looked at you and I knew. That is how his father looked at me once before he passed, like you are the sun and he is the moon, only existing to reflect your light. She pats my cheek. You are good for him, you make him human again, thank you for that. He makes me human too, I tell her. Thank you for raising such a good man. Later, during our first dance, Di-hyun holds me close and whispers in my ear, I have a surprise for you. Another surprise. You already surprised me with flying my mother here and paying for her first-class ticket. This is a different surprise. He spins me gently. I bought a house in Jamaica, near your mother. I thought we could spend a month there every year, let Soo-ah learn about that part of your culture, give you time with your family. I stop dancing and stare at him. You bought a house in Jamaica. Beachfront property, 4 bedrooms, pool, very nice. He's trying to sound casual, but I can see the nervousness in his eyes. Is that okay? I should have asked first, but I wanted to surprise you. Instead of answering, I kiss him hard enough that someone wolf whistles. When I pull back, I'm grinning. It's perfect, you're perfect. This whole day is perfect. Just wait until the honeymoon, he murmurs. I have plans for you, Mrs. Kang. Is that so, Mr. Kang? Very detailed plans, starting with 2 weeks on a private island with no phones, no computers, no distractions. Just you, me, and all the time in the world. Sounds dangerous. Dangerously perfect. He kisses me again as the song ends and another begins. We dance through the evening, surrounded by love and laughter and the promise of a future neither of us saw coming. Soo-ah eventually crashes from sugar overload, falling asleep on a chair with frosting on her face. Di-hyun carries her to a quiet room, and I follow, watching as he tucks his daughter in with infinite gentleness. Thank you, he says when we're back in the hallway. For what? For giving her a mother who will never leave, for giving me a partner who makes me want to be better, for being exactly who you are. He frames my face with his hands, for surviving long enough to find me. Thank you for finding me. I rest my hand over his heart, for seeing past the broken pieces to who I could become. You were never broken, Maya, just bent, and now you are standing tall again, stronger than ever. We're standing tall together, I correct. Together, he agrees, always together. We kiss in that quiet hallway, the sounds of the reception fading away until it's just us, just this moment, just the beginning of our forever. 3 years later, I'm in the same kitchen where it all began, but everything is different. I'm not preparing lunch at 3 am in fear anymore. I'm making breakfast at 7 am with joy, singing along to music playing from my phone, doing a little dance as I flip pancakes. Mommy, you are so silly, Soo-ah giggles from her seat at the counter. She's 9 now, all long limbs and bright smiles, confident and happy in a way that makes my heart sing. Silly is fun, I tell her, sliding a pancake onto her plate. Try it sometime. I am silly, Daddy says I am too silly sometimes. Daddy is wrong, there is no such thing as too silly. Are you talking about me? Di-hyun appears in the doorway, tie already loosened even though his workday hasn't started yet. He's holding our 6-month-old son, Jae-ho, who is determinedly trying to eat his father's collar. Always, I say cheerfully, going up on my toes to kiss him. Good morning, handsome. Good morning, beautiful. He kisses me back, then Jae-ho, then Soo-ah. Good morning, family. Daddy, you are going to make us late for school, Soo-ah complains. You are too kissy in the mornings. Impossible, one can never be too kissy. He demonstrates by kissing her forehead repeatedly until she squeals with laughter. I watch them, my husband and our children, and marvel at how life can change. I think about that scared girl on the kitchen floor, the one who thought she might not survive the night. I wish I could tell her it gets better. That the man in the doorway isn't just rescuing her for one night, but for every night after. That love doesn't always look like fairy tales, but sometimes, when you least expect it, it does. My phone buzzes with a text from my mother. She's sending pictures from her garden in Jamaica, where she's healthy and thriving and planning her visit next month. Marcus is a ghost from another lifetime, currently serving a 5-year sentence for assault and violating restraining orders. His name doesn't scare me anymore. Nothing scares me anymore. Because I'm home, not the penthouse in Seoul or the house in Jamaica or any physical location. Home is this kitchen, this moment, this family. Home is Di-hyun's hand finding mine across the counter. Home is Suar chattering about her day before it's even started. Home is Jae-ho's baby laugh when his sister makes faces at him. Home is knowing that I am safe, I am loved, and I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. What are you thinking about? Di-hyun asks, reading my expression the way he always does. Just counting my blessings. He comes around the counter, pulling me into his arms, careful not to squish Jae-ho between us. I count mine every day too, and they all start and end with you. Yo, you guys are being gross again, Suar announces. Get used to it, kiddo, I tell her. This is what love looks like. Then I am never falling in love, too much kissing and mushy talk. Di-hyun and I exchange amused glances. We will see about that in 10 years, he says. No boys until you are 30, I add. 40, Di-hyun counters. Daddy. Jae-ho gurgles, waving his chubby fists, and we all laugh. This is my life now. Loud and chaotic and so full of love it sometimes feels like I can't contain it all. 3 years ago, a man broke into this kitchen and tried to break me. Instead, he led me to the person who would help me rebuild myself stronger than before. Life is funny like that. The worst night of my life led to the best days of my life. I look at Di-hyun, at the way the morning light catches in his dark hair, at the smile lines around his eyes that weren't there when we first met. He catches me staring and raises an eyebrow. What? Nothing, just loving you. I should hope so, you did marry me. Best decision I ever made. Second best, he corrects. The first was not quitting after your first week when I was being impossible. You were pretty impossible, I agree. I had my reasons. He sets Jae-ho in his high chair and pulls me fully into his arms. I was trying very hard not to fall in love with my daughter's nanny. Obviously, I failed spectacularly. Obviously. We kiss, soft and sweet, the kind of kiss that promises 1,000 more. Suar groans dramatically, but I can see her smiling behind her hand. This is us, this is my family. This is the life I fought for, survived for, healed for. And it was worth every second. This is the end of this story. Do well to like, subscribe, comments and share to your friends and family. Thank you for your generous support.